Good evening, y'all. Since I want to keep things original, I'm going to react to this latest video from MSA. You may bully me, you may make fun of me, I don't care. But this video is the latest video called "My Mom Attacked My Dad's Secretary Because of Her Clothes." The title kinda does not make sense. Alright, but enough talk, let's begin.
Hi, I'm Nora, and most of the time, I'm pretty sweet. But when I fall in love, I turn into a jealous psycho.
Good to know. I will definitely not keep that in mind.
Before I continue, please like and subscribe.
No.
I blame my mom entirely for it. She and my dad were high school sweethearts, but over time, Dad kept getting promoted at work and got busier.
Typical relationship. I'm not saying that I'm assuming all relationships, I'm just saying.
While Mom felt neglected and became really insecure. I mean, she became a nutcase. Like once in the supermarket, when Dad held the door open for the woman behind us, Mom accused him of flirting with her.
God damn. God, can this woman not handle any other woman?
Even flung a melon at the woman's head. Or that time at my 6th birthday party when Dad gave a female clown a slice of cake. Mom marched over furiously, smushed the cake with her fist, and then gave the clown a wedgie. I don't condone violence, but...
Okay, if I had this psycho for a mom, I would have just been out of there as soon as possible.
That was hilarious. When I was in the 3rd grade, Mom was convinced that Dad was having an affair with his pretty new secretary. So one day,
You gonna go full Karen on his ass?
she took me and my older sister Sophie to his office. Please don't steal our daddy, lady. Don't take him away from us. Who will feed us?
You'll really believe anything you hear from anyone, won't you?
And buy us clothes. Do you want us to be orphans? It's a very bad...
No, it's just that she's a secretary.
thing to be wait, I forgot. I wrote it on my arm. Oh yeah, a home wrecker. Home wreckers are bad, and you'll end up in jail, bad lady. Wait a second.
Wow. Hang on a second. Can these women not handle another woman? You are a grown-ass woman, and you cannot be acting like a teenager.
Are those my jeans you're wearing? I want my jeans and my husband back, witch. Are you insane? As if my size 0 jeans would even fit your size 8 butt.
Oh, shit. Oh, no, she did not.
Mom snarled and leapt at the secretary, who dodged her and went screaming down the hallway. She burst into the conference room with Mom
God damn.
on her tail, and the two ended up crashing onto the large conference table where Dad was having a meeting with the company's top...
God, woman, you may not notice this, but you are currently assaulting an innocent woman in the middle of a meeting.
executives. What on earth? You cheated on me and gave this bimbo my favorite jeans.
No, she did not.
Mom threw a stapler at Dad, which missed him and hit his boss instead. Needless to say, he was fired. And that was the day he left us for good. Sophie and I were devastated. Wipe your tears, girls. He wouldn't have left if he wasn't cheating on me. Take it from me. All men are...
No, he would not have left if you just stay put and didn't assume that he could potentially cheat on you. That is the reason he left. And if I were him, I would have done the same thing too. Like I would say goodbye to my kids if I were in that situation, but not really my ex.
That was the day he left us for good. Sophie and I were devastated. Wipe your tears, girls. He wouldn't have left if he wasn't cheating on me. Take it from me. All men are garbage.
Wow, that's sexist, my lady. That is sexist.
And we're better off without them. Well, that didn't stop me from having my first crush in the 7th grade. His name was Adam, and he was our neighbor. One day, Sophie caught me staring at him from my window. Adam and Nora.
Okay, despite them being sexist towards men, I have to agree that that love is kind of a distraction, maybe even a poison to the mind.
Sitting in a tree. Kissing.
Classic.
Shut up, Sophie. I don't even like that boy. Yes, you do. You want to brush his hair and hold his hand and have his babies. I read it in your diaries.
Wow. Snooping much?
See? I snatched my diary out of Sophie's hands and pushed her out of my room. She was so annoying. A couple of weeks later, a super pretty girl named Becca joined my class, and we quickly became friends. Once, when we were hanging out at my place, Adam showed up at my door.
It's me again. The school's tired.
Look, sorry, audience. I did not intend for this to happen. So, let me just skip.
Hi. I brought you some cookies I baked myself. You free to hang out? Oh, yeah. Why wouldn't I be free? Wait, I have another guest over, but yeah, I don't think she'd mind. Come. Come in. You smell so good. I mean, the cookies. These smell so good. I wanted Adam to have a good time, so I logged on to Ask Brain 2 and asked about fun game ideas. The three of us played Truth or Dare, charades, and hide and seek. A couple of times, I caught Adam smiling at me, and when he brushed cookie crumbs from my cheek, my heart skipped several beats. The next day at school, I was at my locker, and I
Damn, you are short.
saw Adam staring at me from across the hall. Suddenly, he winked at me and blew me a kiss. The butterflies in my stomach went into a frenzy. I raced down the hall, ready to jump into Adam's arms, but I slipped on a banana peel and fell face.
Okay, who leaves a banana peel on the floor? I mean, it would have made much more sense if you slipped on the wet floor and if your shoes were to, like, slip on it. But since it's a banana peel, it kind of makes a little sense.
First, right at Adam's feet. I thought he'd sweep me up, but instead, he stepped over me,
Oh, shit.
hugged Becca, and gave her the most romantic kiss I'd ever seen. I wanted the ground to swallow me whole. That night, Mom and Sophie caught me crying in my room. Boys are like that, sweetie. They'll
That is still sexist.
lead you on, make you think they love you, and tear your heart out.
Okay, that's not exactly wrong. I mean, us men, we kind of would stick to a relationship until, I don't know, until we get bored of it, or the girl is not our type, or whatever.
Just like your father. Not only was my heart broken.
Your father didn't leave you because he was cheating on you. He left because he cannot live with a maniac who has to assume everything about everyone.
Now I was totally paranoid when a boy even came close to me. Hey Nora, you want to go to the movies? I'd rather eat a bag of worms. Would you be my Valentine? Stay away from me or I'll dunk your head in a toy.
God, like, if I were in that situation, I'd probably just, like, hi, there's, how was your day? But anyways, yeah, I think I'll just take that hit to the face and go now.
Nora, you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen.
Liar!
God. These boys are just trying to give you compliments. Can you not handle that?
After a while, I got a reputation for being a little cuckoo, and most of the kids in school started avoiding me, but
I mean, that's kind of good, right? I mean, no boys, no responsibility.
I didn't care. Sophie was totally different, though. She'd flirt with every boy that passed her in the hall and date a new jerk every 2 weeks.
Why does that not surprise me?
Of course, they all broke her heart, and I felt so sorry for Sophie that I decided to help her. You gotta remember my rules, Soph. Don't let their good looks fool you. Don't trust anything they say. Don't let them melt you with their
God damn. How much longer are you gonna keep ranting about how sexist you are?
kisses and don't ever fall in love. Sophie listened attentively and took notes, but a week later, I caught her kissing a boy named Clive in her room. You're breaking all the rules. Your rules are dumb.
Yeah, not all of us are bad. Some of us, such as myself, have grown the maturity.
Boys aren't bad.
That's right, girl. Boys are cool, and that's why they rule.
Yeah, but I felt a little bit better. I thought, us men were superior enough to come up with better lines than that.
Shut your stupid mouth. No one's talking to you.
Okay, chill.
Where'd you pick him up from? The dumpster? That's your problem. You're so judgmental and won't give any boy a chance. I thought you were smarter than this, Sophie. Maybe hanging out with stupid boys has made you stupid too. Sophie kicked me out of her room, and we didn't speak much after that.
I don't know anything about dating, but I'm pretty sure that's normal. Like, can't a girl just love any guy and get their heart broken or carry on or whatever?
Soon, I was off to university, and there were boys everywhere. I just kept my head in my books and rejected any boy who even tried to make a move.
Wow, so like if they gave you a compliment, you'd just be like, oh no, oh no.
But you know, a girl starts to get lonely. So, when a girl in my class asked me out one day, I impulsively said yes.
What the fuck? Okay, no, sorry. It's just that I know you can date anyone you want, but honestly, I don't know. We got okay.
Just because I'd renounced all men didn't mean I couldn't find love. And how bad could it be, right?
How bad it could be, you say? If you think about it, it's actually not all that bad. Wink, wink.
First, not so bad. In fact, pretty great.
And who the hell is this? No.
She loved to cook, she braided my hair, she gave me the best pedicures, and we were the same shoes.
Really? And also, what the hell's this design, bruh? And unlike Jamie and Island videos, I'm not gonna screenshot their dumb faces.
But then, she started acting like I'd adopted her. She would never leave my dorm, and I hated it when she used my towel and my hairbrush. She was clingy and needy.
Typical. Just typical.
And constantly needed validation that she was the most important person in...
Okay, just to pause, out of context. This story's title says, hold on. My mom attacked my dad's secretary because of her clothes. This video makes no fucking sense. I can make a better title than that.
My life. So, if your mother and I were hanging off a cliff, holding on for dear life, and you could only save one person, who would it be?
My mother, because, she brought me in this world. She gave me the maturity. She gifted me, everything.
My mother, obviously. Seriously, I've known you for a month. Mom...
I must agree with her, despite her being so sexist the majority of this story.
Carried me in her womb for 8 more months than that. I thought it was a reasonable answer, but she totally lost it. She broke half the things in my room and threw the other half out the window before she stormed off.
This is a violation. A violation. This is destruction of property. This is vandalism. Vandalism.
She started stalking me everywhere I went.
What the hell?
I tried talking to my other friends about how unsafe I felt, but they all laughed it off. Yeah, if you're dating a guy and complain about him, everyone shows you sympathy, but no one comforts you if it's a girl.
Okay, good to know. I will actually keep that in mind, just in case, if I ever go with a girl, or I'm just fucking gay, which I'm not.
Oh, come on, she's barely 5 feet and she looks totally harmless. What could she possibly do to you?
Let me think. Oh yes, she could stalk me, she could bite me. Where do I go? Must I say more, or do I keep going?
Only after she tried kidnapping me did anyone take things.
I had no idea what 100 calories looked like until I tried this. I thought I was eating healthy, but I never realized I was eating...
Look, my apologies once again, audience. I don't ask for this to happen.
Things seriously. She was expelled from the university and I got a restraining order. And after that, I swore off girls too. Then in my
Finally, you learn how to be alone in the world.
junior year, Sophie showed up at my dorm one day with the worst news. Clive proposed to me. You're kidding. Man, that loser is so out of your league.
God, I get that you hate boys and all, but, can't you at least be happy? Like if I were like you, I would probably just feel, congrats, I guess. Instead of like that, just blowing up in her face, like, girl, what the hell? What the hell?
Don't worry, sis. I know how to handle this. Just send Clive a breakup text. Tell him he stinks, he makes you want to puke, and you never want to see him again.
Girl, you don't even know the guy. How could you just assume everything?
Oh, I love Clive. I said yes, and our wedding is in 4 weeks. I just came to ask you if you'd be my maid of honor. I couldn't believe this. I thought Clive was just a phase. I wanted to yell at the top of my lungs, "Don't do this, you'll ruin your life." But instead, I caved in and said yes. I mean, was I allowed to say no? When I got back home for Sophie's wedding, I tried to keep an open mind about Clive. But Clive was horrible. He had no sense of humor, he was boring, and he totally ignored Sophie to spend all his time with his friends or fixing his dumb car. So when it was time to make my...
Okay then. So maybe he's not the best human being in the world. So what? He could improve. There's this thing called development and adaptation. God.
maid of honor speech, well, things got out of hand. Here's to Sophie and Clive. Clive is dumber than an ant, he smells like a rotten egg, and his face reminds me of a horse's butt.
Okay, this is... What your humor is this? Your humor is no better than his.
What are you doing? Sophie, I don't know how you can stand him. Are you marrying him for his money? Oops, I forgot he's broke. Look, we both know this marriage isn't gonna last, so why don't we cut to the chase now, and I can get you out of that tacky wedding dress Clive bought you from the dollar store.
God. Again, can't you just be happy? Like, I get that. I mean, again, I get that he's a boy and that your father traumatized your mother and then she traumatized you. But seriously though, name the last time you were actually happy about something. You name a time.
Sophie got so mad that she threw the wedding cake at me, Clive's mom cried, and the rest of the bridal party chased me out of the building. The next day, I was packing my bags to leave when Sophie came to my room. I thought she'd punch my face, but instead, she took my hand. Listen, Nora, I'm not like you, okay? I'm not bitter, I'm not angry, and I don't hate men.
Yep, me too. Like, okay, for all those that think, whoa, this man is gay, look, I am not into dating, and I most likely never will be. Like, relationships are just not my thing. I got no riz, I'm basically broke. Let's see. I know no girl could ever like me for who I am. I'm psychotic. I already know no one could ever like me. I'm shy, I'm quiet.
I chose Clive, and if you want me in your life, you'll have to respect that. Okay, but you're making a huge mistake.
I think it's you who's making the mistake.
You're the one making the mistake. Love is real, and one day, I hope you'll understand.
I may not understand love. Well, I kinda understand yours because you love him, he loves you.
I was only trying to do the right thing, but clearly Sophie was too blind to appreciate it. But when
I think it's you who's too blind to appreciate it.
I got back to my university, my life turned upside down. My friends and I went to a restaurant to celebrate my birthday, but when we got there, the waiter told us our table was booked. 3 dumb guys were sitting there.
Dumb guys, you say, huh? You just gotta assume everything about men, don't ya?
Laughing and joking. But I booked this table a week ago.
My apologies, ma'am. It was our mistake. Maybe you could...
I mean, you don't gotta go full Karen on his ass.
come back tomorrow?
Just as I was about to snap at the waiter, one of the guys from the table walked up to us. His name was Chris. He had movie star hair, a $1 million smile, and a perfect body.
Why don't you girls join us? There's plenty of room, and we won't bother you.
That's a horrible idea.
Do I even need to say anything? Do I even need to say a little tiny word?
Don't mind Nora. She's just kidding. The next thing I knew, we were sitting at their table, and Chris talked to me
You don't gotta get creeped out whenever you're with a bunch of boys.
all night. To my surprise, he wasn't the absolute worst. He worked in a private security firm as a bodyguard, and all his crazy stories made me laugh. At the end of the evening, he even asked me for my number.
Alright, audience, prepare for another heartfelt moment and heartfelt breakup.
Don't get any ideas. I'm not interested in a relationship.
Neither am I.
Neither am I.
I was thinking we could be friends.
After that, Chris and I talked and texted every night, and soon we started hanging out almost every day. No, we weren't dating. We were just, okay, fine, it's true. Every time he was
Ooh, you got caught in your own rules.
close, his cologne made me dizzy, and when he looked at me, my stomach did that weird thing that it does after I eat too much cheese.
Gross. That is nasty, girl.
And if his hand brushed against mine, I started having...
Look, I'm sorry, audience. I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I don't have YouTube Premium, so just live with it.
acid reflux. Yeah, I let my guard down and fell in love, okay? And I wasn't the only one.
I know we're supposed to be friends, but I love you, Nora, and I think we're meant to be together. Like the moon in the night sky, like the bees and the flowers, like water in a well.
Shut up and kiss me. Soon after I'd graduated and moved in with Chris, he got a job as a bodyguard to protect this beautiful pop star, Sasha. Yeah, I know y'all have heard about her. Sasha, the gorgeous singing sensation who ended up dating her ex-bodyguard, Damon.
Yes, I kinda actually do remember. Because, that video is somehow the most popular video on this channel. I don't know, man.
Yeah, that one. Sasha was going on tour, and for months, Chris was off traveling from city to city, and it got kinda lonely. But one day, Mom and Sophie came to visit.
Oh, Nora, my poor baby. You must be...
Prepare for some deja vu.
So sad. What are you talking about? Stop it, Mom. It's none of your business.
Your sister needs to know.
Mom showed me a bunch of pictures online of Sasha leaning on Chris's arm and laughing. Then she turned on the TV, and some stupid reporter said how cute Chris and Sasha looked together. When I heard that,
Okay. Prepare for the demon. If I were some boyfriend of this psycho, I'd probably accept defeat. Like, and if she really wants to fight, then I will fight. I do not care what gender. I will fight. I know karate.
Suddenly picked up a bat and smashed the TV to pieces. Nora, don't listen to Mom. She's paranoid. All that stuff is stupid gossip. Sasha is with Damon, and Chris adores
Yeah, just like we just grab some ice.
you.
Nora, don't be naive like your sister. Everybody lies and cheats.
Okay then. Here we go again with more sexist comments.
After Sophie and Mom left, I called Chris, but he didn't answer. I kept thinking about what Mom said, and
Well, excuse him for doing his job.
now I'd broken all of my rules, and now my heart was in danger. So the very next morning, I put on a disguise, took a bus to Sasha's next concert venue, and signed up as an extra on set. And I watched the two of them like a hawk. Every time Chris whispered something in Sasha's ear, my heart burned. She even asked him to zip up her...
You really do not gotta beat the shit out of him. And even if you did, he's a bodyguard. He knows how to fight.
dress once. Had everybody else died? One evening during Sasha's performance, I was backstage when I saw Chris and a dancer going into a dressing room and closing the door behind them. What the heck? I quickly ran after them and burst in. Aha! Caught you!
Maybe a little privacy, woman? Can privacy not exist around you?
Just then, I saw the girl's arm was bleeding and Chris was bandaging it.
Caught you? Wait, who are you exactly?
Oh God, I couldn't let him recognize me. I turned around and ran for it, with Chris sprinting right behind me. In my frenzy, I found myself heading straight for the stage.
Red alert, red alert. A snake is headed towards the eagle.
I found myself crashing into the dancers on stage, and just as I was about to run into a horrified Sasha, 4 men pinned me to the ground while the audience gasped. I was immediately carried away and found myself facing Chris backstage.
Nora?
I realized my wig had
Ooh.
come off. Sasha's performance was ruined, and her manager insisted that Chris be fired.
What were you thinking? You compromised my client's security, and you cost me my job and my reputation.
Oh, I don't know, Chris. I was thinking how my hunky boyfriend hangs out with beautiful pop stars and dancers all the time.
Well, excuse him for trying to do his job. And he cannot do a single nice thing for any woman, only men. Like, can he not read the rule that says your boyfriend can only help men and not women? Women must be relied on other women. Go on, read me that rule.
And is never home anymore. Can you blame me for being paranoid?
Yes.
Yes, I can. I haven't given you any reason not to trust me.
Yet. I just don't want you to be a bodyguard anymore.
Well, too bad. It's my job.
Yeah, come on. I mean, what sorts of occupation do you have?
Just go home, Nora. I don't want to be around you right now.
Feeling miserable, I ended up going to a dance club instead to get my mind off of everything. I saw this cute boy on stage playing with the band, and he kept winking at me.
You wouldn't grill your food without fire.
Seriously though, how many ads must pop up in my
Why would
face?
you have a PowerPoint without Slido?
I recognized him from TV. He was a movie star. On an impulse, I took a deep breath and then walked up to the boy and gave him a passionate kiss.
How exactly is this the answer to your problem with, Chris? Like, is jealousy gonna, like, affect him? I mean, yeah, it would, but,
The next morning, I was back home, and I woke up to tons of pictures on the internet of me and that movie star kissing. Chris showed up at my door soon after.
Why would you do that to me? I thought we were in love.
Everybody cheats, babe. Welcome to the real world.
Yep. I'm pretty sure you only did that just so that he can feel pain. the pain that he does not deserve because he was trying to help a client, and that client so happens to be a woman.
You'll cheat on me one day if you aren't already. I am done with this stupid relationship. I walked out of there with my bags and went to Sophie, but soon after, I started feeling sick to my stomach. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I was a cheater, something I hated and felt horrible.
You see that, audience? The woman that has been calling us men, that is being sexist to us men, now realizes that she herself is a fucking cheater.
I made a big mistake. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, you messed up big time.
I wasn't talking to you, Clive. There's no need to be rude. You're right. I'm the worst, and I'm sorry for all the mean things I've said and done to you two. I don't know who I am anymore. I never wanted to hurt Chris, but something came over me.
Yep, you've learned from your own woman.
You let Mom get into your head, Nora. She says she's better off alone, but all I see is a bitter, paranoid woman who can't be happy and can't stand anyone else's happiness.
Honestly, I think we're gonna end here. We all know the moral of the story. Just don't be rude. Do whatever your heart desires. I'm done.